With a 3-month waiting list and a premium price tag, the Analogue CMVS is a highly desirable item. The price reflects the level of support and the quality of materials used in putting this product together. It's no wonder why it's been earmarked as the Bentley of video game systems by Classic Game Room.
Quality permeates right through its DNA from design to execution, and an item that comfortably integrates into the modern home. The black label purchase includes the Analogue CMVS Slim, 2 analog arcade sticks, brass black label product tags, and a universal power supply. Video leads and joystick connectors are purchased as extras and not included. Additional extras selectable from their store include a virtual memory card, component cables, SCART cables, Geo Extension Cables, and dust covers. For a surcharge, the set can be constructed from a suggested range of exotic woods listed within the wood database. You also have the freedom to customize specific parts at your request, expanding upon an already beautifully crafted system. The hardware in the system comprises of the original SNK 1-slot MV1C motherboard. Outputs on the rear are standard except AV cables with 13 DIN connectors, and a universal power supply socket that is compatible worldwide. This simplistic approach is welcome, with further aesthetic complements, such as a stylish blue LED power light from the front. The power supply unit packaged is a 2-pin and will require converting for some countries without the need for step-down conversion. Our purchase was personal, and we made small changes, including coloured buttons to the joysticks, but maintained the standard black ash ebonized wood. Famitsu parts are used for both joystick and buttons as standard unless requested otherwise, and each joystick is completely cross-compatible with other Neo Geo hardware, such as AES and Neo Geo CD. The system is very simple to use. Place an MVS cartridge in the slot and turn on the power button. You can access the region settings via the UniBIOS by holding down the A, B, C buttons on the controller. This gives you menu access to region selection in Japan, USA or Europe. You can even change the hardware state. So you can change the state from the arcade, which is the MVS, to a console, which is the AES mode. Holding down the B, C and D buttons while the system boots up opens the soft dip settings menu. Things like difficulty, blood, life count, time, all specific to each game can be altered here. While the game is loaded, you are free to access the UniBIOS anytime by pressing both the start and credit buttons on the rear of the control stick. Each game responded perfectly to the controls, just as it would from a coin-operated machine. The ergonomics of the control stick are identical to the arcades. Micro switches sound off in every direction change, and the weight of the wood, when laid on a flat surface, provides a quality experience. The experience is less authentic when playing from a sofa and the unit sits on your lap, but then you wouldn't have purchased a CMVS if this was a concern. The picture produced from the SCART lead on a HD TV provided some interesting results. The edges of the graphics are very defined even when tested on a 50-inch HD flat-screen TV. This was unexpected, yet very impressive. My viewing preference and recommendation is on the 4x3 CRT, using the SCART lead. As someone who never owned an AES, comparing the cables which connect the joysticks to the console is somewhat difficult. The leads available feel of less quality when compared to the hardware, and although there has never been any connection issues, they felt to sit in place rather than securely connect, especially in comparison with commercial products like the Super Nintendo or Mega Drive. The lead itself was quite airy and rigid, which was against my expectations of what the lead would be. I had a preconceived notion it would be somewhat more of the traditional 4th/5th gen console style. As each piece of equipment was thoroughly examined, there were a few points that were questioned. These points were addressed right away by Analogue, reinforcing their customer support and reputation. In fact, they actually emailed me before I could contact them, as my concern was picked up over our Twitter feed. This kind of attention deserves recognition, and I wish other companies were as attentive. First, they addressed the question about the stripped screws belonging to the base of the joysticks, and offered to fix the issue at no cost, covering any shipping charges. The product commands a high price, and with that comes expectations. Sure enough, there will be customers that might find this unacceptable, given the high quality of every other aspect, and Analogue happily shares that sentiment.
This introduction to the Black Label set by Analogue Interactive is actually quite exciting in terms of what it means for the company and the future of the company, because what they've done is they've designed a piece of technology and made it feel contemporary and fresh now in 2015, and this is coming back from the early 90s, and in a time where video games are pushing realism, they're pushing extra polygons, they've really captured the importance here of what gaming's all about, and that's fun.
In conclusion, Analogue CMVS is a great product that well justifies its cost. It looks beautiful and sets the bar high with its level of craftsmanship, and playing this consolised arcade unit delivered in all areas. The games, the functionality, the aesthetics, the company support all make this a reasonable purchase, not only for Neo Geo fans, but to those who appreciate retro gaming in general.
Quite a different experience from the Analogue Interactive CMVS.